Have you ever had that feeling where your head just feels full to capacity, where there's no bandwidth left for anything else? I know I have, and it's one of the things that clients say to me all the time. There's just no room for anything else. They're just full. They're kind of overwhelmed. And if you liken it to technology, your phone, your computer, the same thing happens there. There's only a limited amount of capacity and storage or charge that it allows before often it crashes. And we don't want you to crash. So what we're going to look at today is some ways of which you can kind of defragment your mind, to declutter your thoughts, to clear some of the storage, to close down some of those internal tabs that stop things from feeling heavy, and just slows you down. And that could be anything. It could be overthinking. It could just be the busyness and the demands of day-to-day life. And it's such a great way to kind of think of it sometimes. If you think of your phone, there's so much storage, there's so much charge to it. And if the battery's running low and you've got all these different apps running in the background and you're searching the internet over here and you're sending messages over there, there's no wonder that before too long, the battery's going to kind of be used up. If you keep downloading lots of apps, if you keep taking lots of photos, soon the storage becomes full and clunky and everything runs slower than it needs to. And that's what can happen with our minds sometimes. So let's look at some ways of how you can help yourself to clear that headspace, to clear and free up some storage and bandwidth that allows you to feel lighter, clearer, so that you can then take the aligned action that's going to help you move towards the results and the goals that you want for yourself. So step number one is simply to have a mental declutter. Think about, get pen and paper, get your journal out, and just get everything out of your head. All the things that you're worrying about, all the things that are going around in the loop, all the things you've got to do. This isn't the time to worry about how you're going to fix them, sort them, resolve them, get them completed. It's literally just a case of, if everything is whizzing around in your head, then it's using up space. So get everything out, just have that kind of empty out, have that declutter, have that mind detox of just getting those thoughts, the recurring kind of residue of stuff that's just been building up. Like I say, like having multiple apps and tabs running in the background, even if you're not thinking about it. So just empty out, get everything on to paper. And from there, you can then do step number two, which is to begin to sort and simplify. And there's a 4D method that can be really helpful with this. As you look through the list, look for any patterns, look for anything that is reoccurring, anything that's using up space, anything that is a burden, is a drain, is a leak on your time or your energy, and then run through the 4Ds. Is there anything on the list that you can delegate, that you can pass on to somebody else who has more time or is a better fit for that particular task? Is there anything that you need to delete? Is there anything that you keep holding on to that you just don't need to be doing? It's been on your to-do list that long, you've moved on, things have moved on. I don't know what the cause might be, but just ask yourself, is there anything on that list that you can get rid of once and for all? And delay, is there anything you can delay? And it's not the same as procrastinating and putting it off. It's more, is this the right time for that particular activity, task, goal? Should I park that until this time, this week, this month, whenever the ideal time is for that particular activity, goal, or task? And if you're having an honest conversation with yourself, and this isn't the time for you to be doing it, then don't keep carrying it around with you. Don't put that false expectation. Don't put that burden. Don't leave that running in the background of your mind. If you're being honest with yourself, it isn't the time to make that happen. It isn't right or wrong. Like I say, it's not about putting it off in a procrastinating kind of way. It is more about, right, this is what I've got. This is what I need to do. And we'll come to a strategy in the moment that can help you to work through that. And then do is the last one. Do. What on that list do you want to get done next? And then step three is to work on resetting your focus. Your focus as I've previously talked about before, the Focus 30 method, which I'll link to the video and the post I've created about that before. But it's about just getting some clarity. And the focus, when you break it down, is find one clear, unstoppable step. What's the next step that you can take? What's that one thing? Clear, unstoppable. Unstoppable in the sense of there's no friction, there's no traction. What's the thing that you can do to move the needle next? There's no obstacles, there's nothing slowing you down, there's no kind of what if, there's no excuse, it's not the right time. It's the one thing, the one step that you can do next. So once you get clear on that thing, then the Focus 30 element is, well, what can you do every day for the next 30 days on that particular task, on that particular activity that's going to help you to gain some traction and momentum on that. So once you've simplified your list, then pick out the one thing that's most important, that is your current top priority, and do your Focus 30 on making it happen. And then with bandwidth, I mentioned earlier about we've all got capacity, and if you think of it like the charge on your phone, your camera, your laptop, it needs a regular recharge. So think about how you, and step 4, can get that regular mind reset. What activities, what ways, how effectively can you switch off, to disconnect, unplug, to recharge? And also part of that is to go through the 3 F's of reflect, refocus, and realign. Ask yourself those questions, be honest with yourself. What's working? What do you need to do? What's the next step? And then realign both your thoughts, your habits, and your actions with the goal, the tasks that you want to accomplish and achieve, and make sure everything is working in alignment. If you're thinking about one thing, but your habits are taking you in that direction, and then your actions are demonstrating something else. And when I'm with clients, I often say to them, look, come on, let's be honest. Between now and next time we meet each other, let's say in the next week, and we kind of set an undercover camera crew to follow you around for the next 30 days, and then we're going to sit down and watch the footage, will the footage clearly demonstrate you doing the things that you want to be doing? Your habits are your behaviors, are your actions. Are you utilizing your time to move towards it or further away from it? And ask yourself that. Be honest with yourself. Are your current activities looping and spiraling in the wrong direction, or are they helping you to contribute towards getting to where you want? So just imagine that. If you had a secret undercover team that was following you around, are you doing, because most people I know, most people I work with, they know what they shouldn't be doing. They know what they want to be doing, but there's some friction, there's some traction, there's something, there's some block, there's some limit, there's some out of date programming that's stopping them and that's holding them back. So this is about helping you to align some of those actions towards making it happen. And if you know you're not doing those things, then this is just about being honest, having that audit, and then you can stop doing it. And then you can look at the opposite, and then you can course correct, and then you can start to look at how you can start to make steps in the right direction for you. So they're the 4 steps. And if you do those things consistently, and particularly with that mind reset, it's about having those consistent moments. Don't just rely on, one deep meditation every week or your annual holiday to give you that deep reset. They're all great, they're all wonderful, they're all brilliant and fantastic, but it's those little charges, those little boosts, those consistent, regular updates to our mind operating system that's going to help you maintain and sustain the energy to do the things that you want to do. So how can you preserve your time and energy to ensure that you're heading aligned in the right direction? So if you ever had the times, the feelings, the experiences where your head feels full to capacity and you've got no bandwidth, give those things a try, and maybe leave me a comment below and let me know, what are you going to do to help declutter your mind, to help you to feel lighter, calmer, and clearer, so that you can do the things you want to do and feel more aligned to how you want to feel in your life. So if you've got any questions, drop me a comment below. Otherwise, hit like, hit subscribe, share away, and just let me know what's the one thing that you're going to take away from this episode. And I look forward to hearing from you and speaking to you very soon. Take care, and I wish you all the best. Remember, what your mind believes, you will achieve.